Jingle bells ring and jingle bells roll.
I've been selling classes like the 5th grade. Really never made no difference with the shit, man.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Vlogmas. It is Vlogmas day 12, and I didn't really get to vlog too much yesterday, but I did get to edit the last vlog, so that's pretty much what I was doing for the morning yesterday. And then it was just a chill day. I was just doing some other things around the house. But before I get into anything else, I just wanted to speak to my parents out there. And if you have younger children, like babies or infants or even like toddlers, not to say that this isn't for you, because I feel like at some point you will get here. But if you have a child that is very much free to use the internet and is moving into that preteen or in that preteen stage, turn on them parental controls, okay? And I don't mean just turn on the parental controls and think that they'll be fine. You have to really go in and modify and tweak a lot of the controls, because to be honest, a lot of the filters, they're not perfect. And even sites like Google will tell you the filters are not perfect, and your kid is still vulnerable to coming across something that you don't want them to see. And I've been sitting here all morning just going through different things. I have 2 or 3 browsers to actually go through, which is another thing in itself. Just because you turn on parental controls does not mean, it's all across the board. You really have to go in there and fine tune things, because here's the thing, when we were coming up, I'm an early 90s baby, so I'm a part of that AOL era. I'm a part of that MySpace era. Back then, our parents, they weren't as savvy because the internet was still very new. We got into things. We did things. We was online into stuff we probably shouldn't have been into. But one thing about that era, we were being raised in the home. And I think nowadays, there's so much on social media and there's so much on the internet. And we as parents don't always tend to have a lot of time, but we have to make the time, because these kids are getting raised by the social medias, by the TV and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. Oh, forget about TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So we have to really make time, and I'm not singling anybody out, but as a younger parent, I'm 32 years old. I'm a millennial. Not to be, to boast or just be on the uppity upside about it, but I'm sorry, my generation, we created this. We created social media. We are the goats to this, right? Somebody came before us and created the technology, and we innovated on it heavily. I'm not about to let my 32-year-old young self allow the internet or the TV to come and raise my child. That's just not what I'm doing. I know that they're gonna come across things that I'm gonna have to explain, but I need to know what's going on. So to all my parents out there, please check your child's computers, check the devices, turn on the parental controls. Don't just walk away after that. You might have to fine tune. You might have to get in there and make things very specific to what you want your kids to see and what you don't want them to see. And also, when we make these accounts that are attached to our kids' accounts, a lot of times we don't sign into them all the time, right? We might get emails that tell us, how many hours they've been on the computer, what their browsing history is. We don't always have to sign in a lot, but when it comes down to really fine-tuning and making those modifications, you're going to have to sign into it. So keep those passwords and those emails that you're signing in with in a safe place, because we ain't going to remember it. So make sure that you have access to it and you know where they are when you need them. It's crazy. And I'm all morning I'm going through this thing and I'm like, how is it that I have parental control on, but you still got access to certain things? It wasn't adding up. It wasn't making any sense. But you really have to fine tune things. If you have more than one browser, make sure that you have everything set across the board. And different browsers, you might have to do different settings for different things. But I just wanted to come on here and just say, like, yo, just watch what your children are doing. Aunties, uncles, big cousins, when they come to your house, when the kiddies come to your house, when the nieces and the nephews come to your house, you too, check your stuff. Make sure they're not getting into anything that they shouldn't be getting into, because y'all know it's a free-for-all then. A lot of times they go into y'all computer because they know y'all ain't got no parental stuff on there or whatever, so they start getting into stuff. So y'all too, y'all have to really watch what these kids are getting into, because it's too much out there. And not just what they're seeing, but the sites and stuff that they're getting into, like the other crazy people on the internet. And I mean, I think more now than ever, like, we know that there are a lot of psychos and a lot of nuts out there, but we gotta double down, because these kids are online, like, they don't even go outside no more. Like, we was outside in these streets in a good way. Some of us. These kids are not. They ain't outside no more. They online. They on the apps. So it's like, you have to really double down and make that time. If it's once or twice a week, just make sure you're going through the browsing history. Make sure they're not getting into anything they ain't supposed to be getting into, and make sure all them controls is on. What you not about to be is slicker than me when we created this. So you always gotta be 10 steps ahead. Just make sure that y'all are checking on these kids, cause like, this shit had me going this morning, like, and for a second I was like, how do I even get into this stuff? Like, and then I figured it out. But yeah, I just had to put that information out there early on the vlog, because I know sometimes y'all be clicking on and clicking off, but I think that is some really important information to put out there. And I know, like, honestly, like, I kind of almost feel like it's cliche to say, because how many times do we see now on TV where they're talking about, you know, the things that are going on the internet and how kids have access to stuff. But I really don't think a lot of parents know, especially the older parents. Like, you know, I'm talking about my generation, but what about the older parents, like, or the grandparents who are raising kids, or the older aunties, right, or the uncles and stuff? They're not as savvy either, and there's so much out there. So, you know, if you're somebody who, you know, maybe you're not so savvy with the computer or technology, you know, try to get in contact or find somebody that who is, that can, you know, help you out in that area. But definitely, I think it's really important now, because after looking and seeing, I'm like, how in the world do you have access to this stuff? And my parental controls are on. Like, I get emails when things are happening, but, you know, you have to fine-tune things. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there for any of the parent guardians, you know, etc. But on a brighter note, today is going to be a chill day. I did order the wood stain for the fireplace mantle, so I'm excited about that. It's not gonna come until tomorrow, and I read some of the reviews, and the only thing that pretty much everybody mostly said was to really just stir the mix, but it's a 2-in-1, so I shouldn't have to do like any like second coats or anything like that, or any like finish coat. So I'm excited about that, because I really need to get this, like, this whole job needs to be done. It should have been done a long time ago, but, you know, like I said before, I had no assistants at one time, and when my assistants finally came around, you know, that was like last week. So yeah, I'm really excited to get this done. Also, what I need to do is I need to cut out the cloth piece that I'm gonna be putting in the middle. Okay, so do y'all remember a couple vlogs back? I think it was when I was talking about the Hobby Lobby stuff that I got, and I said the mistletoe leaf. Baby, it's a holly leaf. It's a holly leaf. I want to cut the cloth out somewhat in a shape like that. That's gonna be real simple. I just have to really like sew the edges together, but I want to get that done too. So I might try to do that today and show y'all that process. And other than that, yeah, it's a chill day. So I think I'm gonna try to see if I can get that done today. Right now it's It is 10:41, so it's still pretty early. I did not finish my laundry. I have one load that needs to be folded, so it's not nothing crazy, but it's just like, how do you start on a Friday and by Tuesday you still not done? It was a lot going on this weekend, so, but yeah, so it's gonna be a chill day today. Excuse the mess behind me. This is not laundry. This is like folded clothes. This is my shirt I had on yesterday. I don't know why I threw it here, but yeah, I just have no room in this room to put all of my stuff. So like the foot of my bed is like a drawer, so I have all my sweats that are really like thick kind of just folded up here. So please excuse what looks like a mess. I promise you it's not. But yeah, I'll get back up with y'all in a little bit, y'all. And just one more thing I just wanted to say about the parental control stuff too, and not just specifically about that, but me, I'm a realist. I like to keep it 100. I keep it a buck. And I know that there's people that say, oh, you shouldn't tell your children this, or you shouldn't tell your children that. But what we have to realize is that they get into a lot of stuff a lot younger now, and they find out a lot of information. Like, they just have access to a lot of stuff that we didn't have access to at younger ages. So for me, I'd rather you have an understanding about something from my perspective as your parent or as your guardian, then you just go on social media and you see something and you think this is how it's supposed to be. Because the fact of the matter is, you can see whatever it is and think that, and then that's not what the reality of it is, right? Now I have to come and break that down to you. But if I don't even know what's going on, how do I know what I need to be breaking down? So yes, there are things that are not for children, absolutely not for children, but we have to learn how to have a lot of hard conversations, a lot of difficult conversations, a lot of uncomfortable conversations. I think that's the biggest thing. I think the comfortability is what gets us, but we have to start learning how to have those type of conversations, because I don't want my kid going out there and just getting anything from anybody with no real explanation. And listen, you can't protect them from everything. They're going to get stuff outside, whether it's online, whether it's their friends, whether it's people in the street, you know what I'm saying? But I also want my kids to be in a place of comfort where they can come to me and question me about certain things if they're not sure, or question me about a specific topic that maybe came up in conversation with somebody else. And you know, I want you to have that understanding. I don't know everything, okay? I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. I'm not perfect myself, but I think I've lived enough life and I've been through enough BS to guide in the proper way that everybody else ain't about to be raising my kid, especially not no damn device. So yeah, I just wanted to add that one thing. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. All right, y'all, so I have my fabric here. So I can't remember if it was Vlogmas 1 or the vlog before that where I did the Hobby Lobby haul. I think it was the Hobby Lobby haul. Hold on, y'all, I'm really like high. Okay, yeah, so I remember I told you guys that I wanted to try to cut this. I have to look up a hobby leaf just to kind of get an idea of how I want to cut this. I might change the shape, I don't know, just depends. I mean, it's a pretty fairly easy shape, it just has points. But I'm about to start, I guess, tracing, or I might just freehand cut and see how it comes out. But I'm definitely going to fold this in half on this side and start cutting. As you see, Nair is already home and very loud, so sorry. Ciao. Yeah, we about to get the cutting right now.
Look at the eggs. That's so nice.
Thank you, sir. Hey y'all, so this is the finished piece. I can't wait till y'all see it actually on the mantle. Do I have it upside down? Yeah. I can't wait till y'all see it on the mantle. This is gonna be so cute. But this is the finished piece. I like how it turned out. The corners turned out really good. I probably should have bust open the seams with the iron before I actually flipped it on the right side, but it's okay. I just cut my little corners so that it wouldn't be so bulky, but it turned out really good. And I closed this end off so it doesn't even look like, you know, it was open at all. And it's double-sided for some thickness and give it a little quality. And yeah, and it's just gonna lay right there on the mantle. I'll probably like maybe hang it off a little bit. We'll see, it just depends. And yeah, and just so you kind of get an idea, I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so remember, this was the candle holder that I bought from Target, and it's gonna like be here, and then this is gonna lay in the middle of it, but obviously it's gonna be a flat surface. So yeah, I think this is gonna be lit. This is going to be lit. I can't wait to get this wood stain tomorrow so I can just finish up and have this thing completed already, because what? I never have taken this long to do any type of like project. I mean, this was kind of a big thing, but it was a stretch. So I'm glad to finally see like the finishing touches come together, because this is probably the easiest part of everything that I did. And I've been doing stuff like this for over 10 years. So this is not something that's like out of the ordinary. Like I know how to sew. So the other stuff was like way bigger. So this is literally was the easiest thing to do.